How to act like a millionaire before the money. There is a secret that the world's wealthiest individuals know, a truth that has nothing to do with bank balances or business deals. They didn't wait for the money to show up before they started living in abundance. They started acting like millionaires long before the world could see their wealth. Why? Because money is a result, not a cause. It is an outward reflection of an inner state. And if you wait for the physical money before you think, speak, or act abundantly, you're operating in reverse. You're putting the cart before the horse. The truth is simple. To become wealthy, you must think wealthy, feel wealthy, walk, speak, and live as though wealth is already yours. Not out of arrogance, not to impress others, but because you understand a spiritual law that your energy precedes your experience. This message is not about fake luxury or pretending. This is about activating inner alignment, breaking free from the mental prison of lack, and tuning your vibration to wealth, so money has no choice but to come find you. This is about thinking from the end, living in the result before it manifests, and trusting that your inner world is always designing your outer world. So in this powerful 10-step journey, you'll learn how to shift your identity, language, and lifestyle to reflect the millionaire within, before the money ever arrives. Because when your mindset upgrades, your reality follows. Let's begin. Shift from survival mode to creation mode. The first and most crucial shift in acting like a millionaire before the money arrives is learning how to move out of survival mode and into creation mode. Most people live their entire lives reacting to lack. They worry about bills, obsess over prices, stress about tomorrow, and hold tightly to every dollar, afraid it might be the last. Their decisions are driven by fear, fear of not having enough, fear of losing what little they have, fear of financial collapse. This is called survival consciousness, and it is the single biggest block to abundance. Millionaires, even before they had millions, learned how to move out of that energy and into creation consciousness. They didn't just focus on what they lacked, they focused on what they could create. What is survival mode? Survival mode is deeply emotional. It's the mental state where your mind constantly plays defense. When you're in this state, you're stuck in reactive thinking, constantly checking your account balance, avoiding new opportunities out of fear, and operating from a mindset of limitation. This state triggers your nervous system. You breathe shallowly, make fear-based decisions, and live with low-level anxiety. It's exhausting, it's limiting, and worst of all, it becomes your normal. But here's the truth. You cannot manifest abundance from the frequency of fear. You cannot create freedom from a cage of panic. And you cannot receive like a millionaire while thinking like a beggar. What does creation mode look like? Creation mode is entirely different. It's a state of power, presence, and purpose. You're no longer asking, how will I survive? You're asking, what am I here to create? Millionaire minds think in terms of paper, opportunity, vision. They may still have challenges. Some of them even faced financial rock bottom, but they didn't let that define their identity. Instead, they asked powerful questions. That's what pulled them out of the valley and into the light of wealth. You must choose your mode daily. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You won't accidentally drift into abundance thinking. You have to consciously choose it every day. You'll be tempted to spiral back into fear when the bills come. You'll hear that voice whisper, "You're broke," but that's just an echo from your old identity. You must respond with the voice of your new self, the self who walks with vision, confidence, and create. Every day, ask yourself, am I reacting from fear or responding from faith? Am I shrinking to survive or stretching to create? Am I repeating the past or imagining a better future? When you answer honestly and shift back into creation, you take back your power. Act like a creator, not a victim. Victims wait for things to change. Creators decide to change. Acting like a millionaire isn't just about dressing better or buying fancy things. It's about owning your ability to create value, attract opportunities, and build something from within. Even if your bank account says, $12.47, you can still speak with confidence, brainstorm with boldness, move with dignity, plan like a leader, take inspired action, because money follows mindset, not the other way around. You don't need money to think like a millionaire. You need courage, discipline, vision, practical ways to shift into creation mode. Let's get practical. How do you actually shift from survival to creation? Focus on what you're grateful for, what you can create today, and what your millionaire self would focus on. Stop talking like you're broke. Eliminate phrases like, I can't afford that, or that's too expensive. Instead say, it's not a priority for me right now, or I'm choosing to invest differently. Language reprograms your subconscious. Identify where you give power to fear. Where are you holding back out of fear of failure or rejection? Take one small action that challenges that fear each day. Create every day, whether it's a video, a product, a pitch, a design, a service. Put something into the world that adds value. Creation leads to income. Visualize your millionaire self. See yourself waking up in your dream home. Imagine how you dress, talk, work, and walk. Feel it, own it, become it mentally first. Let your identity lead. You don't become a millionaire by chasing money. You become a millionaire by changing who you believe you are. That internal identity shift will change your energy, your choices, and your results. Say this out loud. I am not surviving. I am creating. I am not waiting. I am rising. I think, act, and walk like wealth is already mine. Speak it until your subconscious accepts it. Live it until your reality reflects it. Final thoughts on step 1. You don't need $1 million to start living like one who has. You need $1 million mindset, a way of thinking that refuses to be dominated by fear, lack, or limitation. The world will try to pull you back into survival mode, but every time you choose creation mode, you reclaim your power. This is where real wealth begins. Not in the bank, but in the mind. Act like a millionaire in how you think, how you show up, how you create. Because the truth is, when you act like it's already yours, the universe rushes to make it so. Speak the language of wealth. Words are more than sound. They are seeds. Each sentence you speak is a spiritual command, and your reality is responding to the vibration of your voice. If you want to act like a millionaire before the money arrives, you must first speak like one. Your words are either building your future or reinforcing your past. They are either lifting your wealth consciousness or anchoring your scarcity mindset. This step is about mastering your financial vocabulary and choosing language that aligns with abundance, not lack. Words create worlds. Look closely at the language of wealthy people. Even before they had millions, they spoke with clarity, optimism, confidence, and possibility. They don't say, they say, that's not my priority right now. Let's find a creative solution. If you constantly tell yourself and others, I'm always struggling, money never comes to me, I can't ever get ahead, then you're giving those outcomes permission to repeat. But if you speak abundance, even when your circumstances look small, you begin to shift the story. You become the author of a new script. Millionaire language is intentional. Wealthy people don't speak by accident. They're intentional. Their words are strategic, not in a manipulative way, but in a disciplined way. They understand that careless talk about lack, debt, or fear creates more of the same. So they choose words that energize possibility, express gratitude, and affirm their vision. They don't gossip about economic collapse. They don't complain about the cost of living. Instead, they focus conversations on vision, solutions, impact, expansion. They lead with questions like, how can we grow this? What would a bold move look like right now? Who can I collaborate with to create more value? This is the speech of millionaires, long before the millions arrive. Banish broke talk from your vocabulary. If you want to activate wealth before it shows up, make this rule. Eliminate broke talk, completely. That means no more. I never have enough. My luck is always bad. These phrases are emotional habits, not truth. And if you keep repeating them, your life will keep playing them out. Replace them with, money is flowing to me in unexpected ways. I have more than enough for everything I need. My financial breakthrough is already on the way. Even if your current bank account doesn't reflect it yet, your future is listening and forming. Use present tense, not future wish. One of the biggest language mistakes people make when trying to manifest wealth is always speaking in the future. Future tense language keeps your abundance in the future, never in the now. To act like a millionaire before the money, speak in the now. I am building wealth. I am aligned with financial freedom. It's aligning your vibration with your destination. The universe doesn't respond to fantasy. It responds to frequency. Affirmations to upgrade your financial language. Here are some wealth-affirming phrases you can repeat daily. Big I speak the language of success and abundance. Every word I speak carries power and intention. My voice is aligned with prosperity. I choose words that build wealth in my mind and life. Money responds to the confidence in my speech. Say them aloud in the morning. Write them in a journal. Say them while walking, driving, or before sleep. The goal is to retrain your brain to speak from power instead of panic. Watch how you talk to others about money. Your public speech matters too. Many people sabotage their wealth energy in casual conversations. They joke about being broke. They compare their struggles. They speak negativity just to relate to others. But fitting in isn't worth staying stuck. You don't have to flaunt or fake wealth. But you can set boundaries on your language. If someone says, "The economy is so bad, we're all going down," you can reply, "I choose to focus on what's working and keep growing." If someone says, "People like us never make it," you can say, "You're not arguing, you're anchoring a new energy." What you say about others reflects your beliefs. Millionaire language is also generous. It celebrates others' success. When you criticize wealthy people or speak jealousy towards someone's win, you're pushing your own blessings away. Speak blessing over others. Celebrate their wins. Say, "They did it, I can do it too. Their success inspires my own." This turns their wealth into evidence, not competition. Final thought. Let your voice match your vision. The way you speak either confirms your future or cancels it. Your words are more powerful than the numbers in your account. Speak as though you are supported. Speak as though the door is already open. Speak like someone who knows money is simply catching up with their energy. Say this out loud. I speak from confidence, not confusion. I talk like wealth is mine, because it is. Every word I speak invites more abundance into my life. Let your voice match your vision, because long before the money comes, your words declare who you already are. 3. Surround yourself with the energy of wealth. You don't become a millionaire in isolation. You become a millionaire by changing your environment, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Step 3 is about intentionally shaping the atmosphere around you, so it reflects where you're going, not where you've been. Because the energy that surrounds you influences your beliefs, your standards, and your results, more than you may realize. To act like a millionaire before the money arrives, you must begin to curate a wealthy ecosystem, a personal world that mirrors prosperity, confidence, and growth. Environment is identity. Your environment includes the people you spend time with, the media you consume, the thoughts you entertain, the spaces you live and work in. Most people unconsciously adapt to the energy around them. If you're surrounded by scarcity, negativity, gossip, fear, and doubt, you'll naturally start thinking the same way. But if you immerse yourself in abundance, optimism, creativity, and high standards, your identity will rise to match it. Millionaires understand this. Even before they were rich, they put themselves in environments that made them feel rich in vision. They networked up. They upgraded their spaces, even in small ways. They surrounded themselves with images, voices, and people that affirmed their future, not their past. Audit your circle. Look around at the people you communicate with most. Do they uplift you, challenge you, encourage your success, or do they constantly complain, focus on limitations, or subtly discourage your dream? You don't need to cut everyone off, but you do need to set energetic boundaries. You're not better than anyone, but you are responsible for the energy you allow into your mind. Create space for power. Mentors who stretch your thinking, peers who talk ideas, not problems, friends who celebrate wealth, not criticize it. If you don't have those people yet, go find them. Read their books, join their communities, listen to their podcasts, upgrade your physical space. You don't need a mansion to create a wealthy environment. Begin where you are. Add symbols of abundance, a vision board, affirmations, clean white space, gold accents, a candle that calms and uplifts. Make your space sacred, make it inspiring. Even a small corner of your room can become a prosperity portal if it reflects clarity, peace, and growth. Millionaires treat their space like it matters, because it does. Limit exposure to scarcity-driven media. Be extremely cautious of what you consume. News headlines are designed to trigger fear. Social media often amplifies comparison and anxiety. Entertainment can normalize poverty or glorify chaos. You must protect your mind like a millionaire protects their asset. Feed your soul with content that reminds you of your power. Audiobooks on abundance, biographies of great creators, spiritual messages of prosperity, motivational speeches from visionaries. The more you absorb this energy, the more natural wealth thinking becomes. Spend time in wealthy spaces. Even if you can't afford it yet, go where wealth lives. Walk through luxury neighborhoods. Visit high-end hotel lobbies. Sit in a cafe in the best part of town. Browse designer stores without buying, not to impress anyone, not to pretend, but to normalize the vibration of abundance. Observe how the environment feels, how people speak, how service is offered, how details are curated. Let your body acclimate to the feeling of wealth. This sends a powerful message to your subconscious. This is mine. Create a morning ritual of wealth. Start each day by immersing yourself in the frequency of abundance. Here's a simple 20-minute ritual. Vision, 5 Min. Imagine living your millionaire life. How you feel, what you see, what you do. Doing this daily rewires your mindset and tunes your body to receive. Think about the energy you bring. Creating a wealthy environment isn't just about what's around you, it's also about what you radiate. Do you bring calm or chaos, hope or heaviness, creativity or complaint? Act like a millionaire in how you show up. Be punctual and prepared. Speak with clarity and purpose. Respect other people's time and space. Leave every room better than you found it. You don't need a title or money to carry presence. True wealth begins with the energy you bring to others. Handle your belongings with respect. Millionaires care for what they have, no matter how much or how little. Clean your shoes. Fold your clothes. Organize your desk. Maintain your car. This shows the universe, I honor what I have. I'm ready for more. Disrespecting the small is one of the biggest blocks to receiving the big. Fill your mind with expansive questions. The wealthy ask different questions. Not how can I cut more, but how can I expand? Practice asking, who can I serve at a higher level today? What ideas could generate income with joy? How would my millionaire self respond to this? Questions shape focus. Focus shapes reality. Final thoughts on step 3. To act like a millionaire before the money, you must surround yourself with wealth energy. That energy is in. Remember, money flows where wealth energy grows. 4. Develop millionaire level discipline. If you want to act like a millionaire before the money arrives, you must master the one trait every true millionaire has in common: discipline. Not flash, not luck, not perfect timing, but daily decisions repeated with purpose and intention. Discipline is the bridge between your current situation and the millionaire life you're manifesting. Without it, the best ideas fade, the strongest intentions weaken, and opportunities slip away. This step is about creating structure, consistency, and control over your time, energy, and habits, long before wealth shows up in your account. Why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation is temporary, it's emotional, it's reactive. One day you feel unstoppable, and the next day you hit snooze 6 times. But discipline is steady. It's a commitment to a future version of you even when today feels hard. Millionaires didn't become wealthy because they felt like it. They became wealthy because they trained themselves to take action, no matter the mood. They understood this truth: I don't rise to the level of my intentions, I fall to the level of my habits. Start managing your time like it's already valuable. Before money ever multiplies, your time is your most valuable currency. Every successful person guards their time. They wake up early, plan intentionally, and say no to distraction. If you want to act like a millionaire, start by managing your hours like a CEO. Use a calendar, not just a to-do list. Block off time for thinking, not just doing. Avoid time-wasting habits like excessive scrolling, gossip, or procrastination. Ask yourself daily, would the future version of me, the wealthy, confident, successful version, spend their time this way? Build a daily routine that aligns with your goals. Your routine is your success system. It creates rhythm. It eliminates decision fatigue. It builds momentum. Craft a simple millionaire-inspired routine. Morning, wake up early, journal your vision, meditate, move your body. Midday, block time for deep work or learning something that increases your value. Evening, reflect on wins, reset goals, wind down tech-free. Routines aren't about rigidity, they're about rhythm and reinforcement. Practice financial discipline now. You don't wait for wealth to become a good steward of it. Start managing your current money like it matters. Create a simple budget. Give your money a purpose. Stop impulse spending. Pause before every purchase. Save consistently, even small amounts. Build trust with yourself. People say, I'll manage money better when I have more. But the truth is, How you treat $100 is how you'll treat $10,000. Millionaire habits start with small dollars. Master the art of saying no. Discipline means saying no to data distractions, invitations that drain you, tasks that don't align, emotions that derail focus. You don't have to explain, you just have to protect your energy. The person you're becoming doesn't say yes to everything. They say yes to vision. Every no to distraction is a yes to destiny. Train consistency over perfection. You won't always get it right, but discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching, even when you're tired. Consistency builds trust with yourself, and when you trust yourself, you become unstoppable. Build mental and emotional resilience. Discipline isn't just physical, it's emotional. Millionaires aren't easily rattled. They don't panic over one bad day. They don't spiral because someone else succeeded. They manage their inner world with strength. Practice it. Mindfulness. Observe emotions without judgment. Reframing. Turn challenges into learning. Detachment. Don't chase results. Commit to the process. A millionaire mind doesn't break under pressure. It bends, learns, and bounces back. Commit to long-term thinking. Discipline means delayed gratification. It's doing what's right for the long term, not what's easy now. Millionaires invest in books before vacations, mentorship before entertainment, growth before validation. Ask yourself, is this decision feeding my future or just soothing my present? That question alone will separate you from the crowd. Surround yourself with disciplined people. Discipline is contagious. Spend time around people who you rise or fall to the level of your environment, and discipline loves company. I respect my future self enough to work for them today. I act like the person I want to become, not someday but now. Millionaires aren't built in moments of motivation. They're built in morning routines, quiet decisions, hard choices, and small wins stacked over time. So wake up like one, work like one, think like one, live like one, because when discipline becomes your lifestyle, wealth becomes your reality. 5. Make decisions from your future, not your fears. If there's one defining characteristic of self-made millionaires, it's this. They don't make decisions based on where they are. They make decisions based on where they are going. In this step, you will learn how to stop letting fear dictate your choices and start letting your future, your wealthy, confident, vision-driven future self, take the lead. This is the turning point between those who repeat old cycles and those who step into new realities. Most people decide from their current limitations. Think about how you normally make decisions. Do you say no to opportunities because you're scared of failing? Do you turn down investments because money feels tight? Do you play it safe because now's not the right time? That's your current self, or worse, your past self, running the show. You're letting fear, lack, and old beliefs whisper, it's risky, you're not ready, you can't afford to dream that big. But if you always decide from where you are, you'll stay exactly where you are. Millionaire minds break this cycle by asking a powerful question. What would my future self do right now? That one shift changes everything. The power of future-based decisions. When you begin to act from the identity of your future self, you can choose with clarity, not confusion. Take bold steps instead of safe detours. See investments as doors, not debts. Move with certainty, not self-doubt. This isn't pretending, it's pre-aligning. You're matching your energy with the person you are becoming, not the person who's struggling to survive. Create a clear image of your future self. To make powerful decisions, you need a clear inner picture of your millionaire self. Take 5 minutes and visualize, where do you live? How do you spend your mornings? Who do you speak to each day? What kind of decisions do you face? How do you respond under pressure? Imagine their strength, their calm, their decisiveness. That version of you is not just a fantasy, it's your blueprint. The more vividly you see it, the more naturally you become it. Align present actions with future identity. Let's say your future self runs a successful business, travels freely, and earns generously by offering value. Now ask yourself, if yeah, would they skip learning opportunities? Would they say no to networking because they're shy? Would they spend hours scrolling mindlessly through social media? No. They would protect their time. They would stretch their comfort zone. They would act like it's already theirs. That's what you must do now. You don't wait for wealth to begin behaving like a leader. you start behaving like a leader, and wealth follows. Make investments that reflect trust. Every millionaire has faced this moment. They had to invest time, energy, or money into something that had no guarantees, only potential. And they did it. They didn't wait for certainty. They trusted their vision. That investment might have been future-based decisions, always return more than they require, not just in money, but in confidence, growth, and alignment. Stop asking, can I afford it? And start asking, is it aligned? Poor minds always ask, can I afford it? Wealthy minds ask, is this aligned with where I'm going? One question is based on limitation. The other is based on vision. You may not be able to pay for everything you want yet, but that's not the point. The point is whether your spirit recognizes it as part of your next level. If it is, make the stretch. Faith-filled decisions train your energy to expand, and once that expansion begins, it doesn't stop. Learn to delay comfort for growth. Your future self has mastered the art of temporary discomfort. While others chase easy wins, they make the uncomfortable call. Start the intimidating project, say no to distractions, and stretch beyond their current skill. Because they know, growth now equals reward later. If you're choosing comfort every time, you're choosing to stay small. Millionaires don't think, what's easiest right now. They think, what's right for my mission? Let your vision be your compass, not your comfort zone. Handle uncertainty like a leader. Wealthy thinkers don't need to know every step to begin. They take action with calm confidence, even when the path is unclear. They've trained themselves to say, I'll figure it out. I'll grow into it. I trust that clarity follows movement. This is the opposite of waiting. Waiting for the perfect time. Waiting for guarantees. Your future doesn't need more waiting. It needs you to step forward in faith. Practice decision muscle daily. You don't need million-dollar choices to practice future-based decision-making. Start small. Choose the healthy meal, not the cheap one. Invest 30 minutes in reading instead of mindless scrolling. Say yes to the workshop even if it scares you. Every one of these decisions says, I am already who I claim to become. That repetition builds trust with yourself, and once you trust yourself, you move faster, think clearer, and grow bigger. Final thoughts on step 5. To act like a millionaire before the money, you must let your future self make your current decisions. Not the self that's afraid, not the self that's doubting, not the self that's waiting, but the self who's already there, already aligned, already living in the frequency of success. So today, practice asking, what would they invest in, commit to, and prioritize? And then, act accordingly. Because every powerful life is the result of brave decisions made consistently. And when you choose from vision, not fear, you don't just move forward, you quantum leap. 6. Master the energy of receiving. One of the most overlooked, yet essential millionaire traits is this. They know how to receive, not just money, but ideas, compliments, help, resources, opportunities, and abundance in all its forms. Most people say they want to be wealthy, but their energy says otherwise. They deflect compliments, they reject help, they question blessings, they resist rest, and by doing so, they unconsciously block what they've been praying for. In this step, we break down how to become a master receiver, someone who is open, ready, and magnetically aligned with abundance. Receiving is a skill, not just an event. Receiving doesn't happen accidentally. It's not about luck, inheritance, or waiting for someone to rescue you. It's an energetic skill, and like any skill, it must be cultivated and practiced. Millionaires, even before they had millions, practiced holding space for abundance. They trained themselves to feel worthy of more, to accept what flowed in, to stop rejecting blessings out of guilt, pride, or disbelief. They understood something critical. You can't manifest what you won't allow yourself to receive. You quickly change the subject when someone compliments you. You feel guilty when money or gifts come easily. You believe you must always earn everything through struggle. You say things like, you didn't have to, or that's too much. All of these are energetic blocks. They may seem polite, they may seem humble, but in truth, they're rooted in unworthiness, a belief that I'm not enough to receive this freely. Millionaires allow wealth. They don't chase it. Millionaire minds don't frantically chase. They attract through alignment and readiness. They take action, yes, but their action is grounded in belief, not panic. They trust, knowing I am worthy of this opportunity. I can handle what's coming. I welcome the overflow. Receiving with grace honors the source of all things. This calm confidence opens channels that effort alone cannot. You must expand your capacity to receive. Imagine that abundance is water, and your ability to receive is the size of your container. If you only have a teacup-sized container, even an ocean of blessings will only fill you so much. So how do you expand your container? You must increase your emotional capacity to hold more. It's about asking, am I truly ready for what I'm asking for? Practice receiving in small ways. You don't need $1 million check to start receiving today. Start by saying thank you when someone compliments you, without deflection or downplay. Accept help without guilt. Let someone treat you to lunch without saying, next time it's on me. When someone opens a door, don't just rush past. Pause, smile, say thank you, receive. These are micro moments that train your nervous system to feel safe and comfortable with receiving. And when you feel safe with little, the universe knows you're ready for more. Rest is a form of receiving. Here's something most people overlook. Rest is receiving. When you allow yourself to rest, you tell your subconscious, I don't need to hustle constantly to deserve good things. I trust that things are working, even when I pause. I am enough, even when I'm not producing. Millionaires aren't addicted to exhaustion. They delegate. They protect their peace. Rest restores your receptivity. It recharges your intuition, and it anchors you in abundance, because only lack demands constant motion. Many people were taught, having too much is selfish. Money changes people. You should just be grateful for what you have. These messages condition us to feel bad about wanting or receiving more. But here's the truth. You having more does not take from anyone else. In fact, your abundance can create opportunities for others. Your overflow is a blessing, not a burden. Millionaires don't apologize for their success. They use it for good. They circulate it. They become stewards of impact. If you truly want to receive, you must believe this. I am safe to be seen, to be paid, and to be fully supported. Receiving requires surrender. Sometimes the biggest act of receiving is letting go of how it must come, letting go of controlling every detail, letting go of the timeline. Millionaires know how to take inspired action and then release attachment. They trust that the right clients will come, the money will show up, the project will unfold in divine time. They stay open, alert, and peaceful. Control is scarcity energy. Surrender is receiving energy support from a stranger, a powerful opportunity that aligns perfectly with your purpose. Now notice how your body reacts. Do you tense up, smile, get emotional, doubt it? Use that awareness to soften your resistance. Repeat affirmations like, I receive with ease, I am worthy of overflow. Wealth doesn't just come from action, it comes from alignment and openness. To receive is to say, I release guilt, I receive joyfully. Because when you become a master receiver, the flow of abundance never stops. 7. Create value before you count profits. If you truly want to act like a millionaire before the money arrives, understand this truth. Millionaires don't chase money. They create value, and money follows. In this step, we shift your focus from getting to giving, from waiting to be rewarded, to becoming so valuable that reward becomes inevitable. This is how real wealth is built, not by obsessing over income, but by committing to impact. Let's dive in. Most people ask, how can I get paid? It's a natural question. How can I make more money? How can I get rich? How can I charge more? But it's the wrong place to start. The question isn't how do I get paid? The question is millionaire minds think in terms of service, solutions, and impact. They don't obsess over the sale, they obsess over the transformation they can create for others. Money is a mirror of value. Money doesn't come from hard work alone. It comes from value delivered. You can work hard flipping burgers or breaking rocks, and still struggle. But solve a painful problem for enough people. Provide joy, clarity, or results. Now money flows like a river. Millionaires ask, what problem do I solve? Who am I helping? How can I serve them at the highest level? And then they show up, again and again as the answer. Your value already exists. You must package it. Everyone has value inside them. You have lived experiences, talents, passions, stories, skills, and ideas that others need. The question is not do I have anything valuable? It's have I learned how to communicate, deliver, and multiply it. You don't have to be famous. You don't need a degree. You just need the willingness to package your value and offer it boldly. Think of a service you can offer, a message you can share, a product you can improve, a solution only you understand. Then get it into the world. That's how wealth starts. Serve before you sell. Millionaires know this secret. The best way to get paid is to give without attachment. Before they sold anything, they gave value. You're not convincing, you're confirming what they already feel. This person is worth investing in. Ask yourself, am I giving people something that truly helps them? Is my work thoughtful, detailed, and full of care? Would I pay for what I'm offering? Millionaires don't look for shortcuts, they look for quality. They go above and beyond, and that's why people remember them, recommend them, and return to them. Add more value than expected. One of the fastest ways to attract abundance is to exceed expectations. Add the extra insight, stay 5 minutes longer, offer the extra resource, write the personal message. People remember how you made them feel, and they reward generosity. This doesn't mean giving away your worth, it means giving from overflow, from confidence, from wealth energy, because when you act like you have more than enough, you attract more than enough. Stop waiting to be picked. Most people wait for someone to recognize them, to give them permission, to invite them to the table. Millionaires, they build the table. They don't wait for someone to validate their value. They show their value, then multiply. If no one is buying your service yet, offer it anyway. If no one is listening to your voice yet, speak anyway. If no one is paying you yet, serve anyway. Value speaks, and when it speaks consistently, money listens. Turn your gifts into results. Being talented is not enough. Having ideas is not enough. You must turn your value into results for others. Millionaires don't just say, I'm good at this. They say, here's how I solve that for you. Find the intersection of what you're good at, what you enjoy, what people need, and what people will pay for. That's your value zone, and that's where you need to live, work, and think daily. Multiply your value with systems. Millionaires don't trade time for dollars forever. They build systems that multiply their value. Instead of one conversation, they create a video series. Instead of coaching one-on-one, they create courses. Instead of a single product, they build a brand. They ask, how can this reach more people with less effort over time? And then they automate, delegate, and expand. This shift from labor to leverage is where the real wealth begins. Final thoughts on step 7. To act like a millionaire before the money, you must create like one. Millionaires don't sit and wait for wealth to drop into their laps. They create value so powerfully, so consistently, so boldly, that wealth chases them. So today ask, where am I holding back my value? How can I become someone people are grateful to pay? When you stop counting profits and start delivering value, the profits take care of themselves, because money is not the goal, it is the reward for becoming valuable. 8. Walk, talk, and think like wealth already lives within you. There's a hidden truth about self-made millionaires. Before their bank accounts changed, their posture did. Before wealth filled their hands, it filled their minds, their words, and their walk. They carried themselves with an energy that said, Tackle. I am already who I intend to become. This step is about cultivating a deep, embodied confidence, not based on fantasy or ego, but rooted in spiritual identity, divine worth, and total inner alignment. Because when you carry the vibration of wealth, the outer world has no choice but to respond. Your body language speaks before you do. Before you say a word, people feel your presence. Do you shrink into rooms, or stand tall? Do your eyes say fear or focus? Does your tone carry hesitation or assurance? Millionaires walk into rooms, not with arrogance, but with clarity. They know who they are. They know why they're there. They don't need to dominate. They radiate. Start practicing this immediately. Stand with your shoulders open and chest lifted. Breathe deeply. Make eye contact without fear. Speak slower, with intention. These physical shifts retrain your brain and anchor your worth in your nervous system. You don't have to fake it, just feel it. Feel that wealth already lives inside your presence. Eliminate powerless language. Words shape worlds. Every sentence you speak is either declaring your abundance or rehearsing your limitation. Listen to yourself closely. Do you say, I can't afford it, or I'm finding ways to invest? I'm broke, or I'm in transition? Not because they're pretending, but because they understand words are seeds, and they never curse the soil they expect to harvest from. Start using language that reflects who you are becoming. I'm building wealth, I receive with money flows to me because I provide value. This is just the beginning. Your voice is your vibration. Make it match abundance. Hold yourself with millionaire standards. Before the money shows up, your standard this means showing up on time, dressing in a way that makes you feel powerful, taking care of your space, your body, your relationships, not tolerating chaos, confusion, or disrespect. Millionaires don't act successful only in public, they practice integrity in private. They don't gossip, complain, or cut corners. They don't procrastinate on what matters. They live with excellence as a baseline, not a bonus. So ask yourself, would the millionaire version of me accept this behavior, this mess, this delay? If not, shift it, elevate it, command it. You can't receive what you haven't yet matched in mindset. Speak from your future, not your frustration. Millionaires don't complain about where they are, they declare where they're going. Instead of saying, I'm trying to get by, they say, I'm creating multiple streams of income. But that doesn't mean you have to speak from it. Speak through it. Speak above it. Speak forward. What you verbalize, you materialize. Dress the part. Feel the part. You don't need to wear designer labels to act like a millionaire, but you do need to dress in alignment with how you want to feel. Wear clothes that make you sit taller, think clearer, walk stronger. Not for others, for you. This doesn't mean going into debt for fashion. It means treating yourself with care, attention, and self-worth. Millionaires respect themselves in the mirror before the world does. Look at yourself each morning and ask, does this reflect the leader I am becoming? If not, change it. Make decisions that assume success. Start assuming success is already on its way. Don't say, if this works. Say, when this works. Don't wait for proof to believe, and let the proof show up. Don't plan for failure, plan for fulfillment. Millionaires think in outcomes, not obstacles. They don't move with caution, they move with conviction. Every decision becomes a declaration. I expect this to work. I trust myself. I trust the process. And the universe responds accordingly. Visualize with emotion, not just imagination. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about feeling. Millionaires practice embodied visualization. They don't just see their dream life, they feel it. They rehearse the emotions of freedom, gratitude, ease. They live in the moment of manifestation, before it ever arrives. Spend 5 minutes a day feeling your future. What would it feel like to check your account and see overflow? To book first-class flights without hesitation, to donate generously and bless others easily, to wake up in peace, not panic. Your body can't tell the difference between a real and vividly imagined experience. So let it believe, and your outer world will rearrange. Use wealthy inner dialogue. Your inner voice is either your investor or your debt collector. It's either saying, this is who we are now, keep going, or it's saying, start today. Every time you catch yourself speaking in lack, interrupt it. Replace it with language that reflects strength, certainty, and expansion. Your mind will believe what it hears most. Feed it accordingly. Final thoughts on Step 8. Before wealth can arrive in your hands, it must live in your walk, your words, and your way of being. You must carry yourself like someone who already belongs in the rooms you dream of. You must speak like someone who expects blessing. You must think like someone who knows, I am wealth, I don't chase it, I express it. So today, walk like wealth is with you. Talk like you're already thriving. Think like you've already won. Because when you do, reality will rise to meet your belief. 9. Become a steward, not a spender. Millionaires don't just know how to make money. They know how to manage, multiply, and master it. This step is where many people fail before they even begin. They're ready to receive, but they're not ready to respect. They chase money with open hands, but lack the mindset that says, I am a wise steward of every resource that flows to me. Acting like a millionaire before the money means learning to treat every dollar like it matters, because it does. If you can be trusted with little, you can be trusted with more. If you're careless with a little, more won't change that, it will only magnify it. Let's explore how to become the kind of person money wants to stay with. Stewardship is ownership with integrity. Stewardship means handling something valuable with care, wisdom, and long-term thinking, even if it doesn't belong to you fully yet. Your time, your talents, your ideas, your resources, all are gifts, and how you treat them determines what more you will receive. Millionaires are not just spenders, they are stewards. They ask, is this purchase aligned with my mission? Is this investment planting seeds or just feeding impulse? Am I building wealth or just consuming image? Their wealth lasts, not because they're lucky, but because they are deliberate. Start managing your current money like it's $1 million. You don't wait until you have $1 million to act like a millionaire. You start now, with whatever is in your hands. Every purchase is a decision. Every dollar is a statement. And every financial choice is either moving you closer to wealth or away from it. Here's the truth. If you can't manage $100 well, you won't magically become wise with hundreds. So begin treating your money with structure and purpose. Track your income and expenses. Set goals for your savings, giving, and growth. Eliminate thoughtless spending. Celebrate every win, no matter how small. Your habits shape your future, not the size of your paycheck. Replace the spending mentality with a growth mentality. Most people spend to escape emotions. They buy to feel better, to feel powerful, to feel distracted. But millionaire minds don't use money to fill emotional voids. They use money to build capacity. Instead of saying, what can I buy today? They ask, what can I build with this? What can I learn, automate, delegate, or create? Every dollar becomes a tool, a seed, or a step. This isn't about being frugal. It's about being visionary. Tithe, give, and circulate with trust. Wealthy minds understand the power of circulation. They give, not out of guilt or obligation, but out of understanding. They know that generosity multiplies wealth in every dimension. Spiritually, emotionally, financially. To act like a millionaire before the money means giving from belief, not lack. Even if it's a small amount, give with intention. To causes you believe in, to people who pour into you, to places that feed your soul. This sends a signal to your subconscious. I always have enough to share, and that signal attracts more to share. Save without scarcity. Many people either don't save at all, or they hoard money out of fear. Millionaires don't do either. They save with strategy, not stress. They know their money has a mission, and that includes long-term goals, unexpected opportunities, and future impact. Set aside a portion of what you receive, the peace of mind, for future investments. For the freedom to say no to low-level options. Saving is not fear, it's preparation. It allows you to operate from confidence, not crisis. Study money like it's your business. To attract and grow wealth, you must understand it. Millionaires don't just work for money, they study it. They know how to budget, how to invest, how to create passive income, how to protect their assets, how taxes work, how to leverage time and compound interest. Acting like a millionaire before the money means learning what millionaires know before you have their lifestyle. You don't need a finance degree, you just need curiosity and consistency. Read a book, watch a tutorial, talk to a mentor. Wealthy people learn the language of money, and that's why money speaks back. Delay gratification, upgrade vision. Millionaires understand a powerful law. Temporary sacrifice creates permanent freedom. They don't spend today what will cost them their tomorrow. They're not seduced by short-term image. They're committed to long-term identity. Before they bought luxury, they built legacy. So ask yourself, does this purchase serve my future self? Am I trading real freedom for fake status? Would my millionaire self make this same decision today? Sometimes the best move isn't to say no forever, it's just not yet. Your delay becomes your leverage. Respect every form of resource. Wealth is more than money. They don't waste time on gossip. They don't leak energy into distractions. They don't multitask through every hour. They are precise, present, disciplined. To act like a millionaire before the money, protect your most valuable assets, your mental clarity, your emotional state, your schedule. Because when those are clean, money flows with less resistance. Final thoughts on step 9. Millionaires don't just attract money, they know how to keep it, grow it, and honor it. They don't wait until wealth shows up to act with wisdom. They act with wisdom, and wealth follows. So today, shift your identity from spender to steward, from consumer to creator, from reactor to ruler. Say to yourself, I am trusted with wealth because I respect wealth. I honor what I have, and I'm ready for more. I build, grow, and protect my resources with divine purpose. And remember, it's not about how much you have, it's about how well you manage what you have. Master that, and you'll never be without again. 10. Live the legacy mindset. Think beyond yourself. The final step to acting like a millionaire before the money arrives is to expand your vision beyond personal gain. True wealth is not just about what you can accumulate, but about the impact you create and the legacy you leave behind. Millionaires who last, who build generational abundance, think in terms of service, contribution, and transformation. They understand that money is a tool for greater good, not just personal comfort. Let's explore how adopting a legacy mindset transforms your relationship with wealth and accelerates your manifestation. Wealth is a responsibility, not a reward. Many see money as a prize to be won, but millionaires see it as a responsibility to be stewarded wisely. Money is a powerful force that shapes communities, families, and futures. When you embrace wealth, you are accepting the call to serve something bigger than yourself. This mindset shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance, from selfishness to generosity. When you think of money as a vehicle for positive change, your vibration aligns with true prosperity. Define your why beyond money. Before the money comes, get clear on your why. Ask yourself, what legacy do I want to leave behind? Your why becomes your compass, guiding decisions, inspiring persistence, and attracting aligned opportunities. Millionaires aren't driven solely by desire for wealth, they are driven by purpose. This purpose fuels resilience through challenges and keeps the fire alive long after initial success. Build wealth with heart and integrity. Acting like a millionaire means building your wealth with integrity. Your reputation, character, and values are your greatest asset. People will pay attention to your actions more than your words. Millionaires keep their promises, value transparency, treat others with respect, lead by example. When your wealth is built on a foundation of trust, it becomes unshakable and multiplies naturally. Invest in people and relationships. Money comes and goes, but relationships endure. Millionaires prioritize investing in people. They build networks, nurture friendships, mentor others, and surround themselves with positive influence. Your circle shapes your mindset, your habits, and your opportunities. Ask yourself, who am I spending my time with? Who inspires me to grow? How can I give back to my community? By elevating others, you elevate yourself. Create systems that outlive you. Legacy is about creating impact that continues beyond your lifetime. Millionaires think beyond immediate gains. They build businesses, foundations, and systems designed to last. Whether through smart investments, charitable work, or mentoring the next generation, they make sure their wealth ripples forward. Start thinking about how your work can create passive income streams, how your influence can inspire others, how your values can shape future leaders. Your legacy begins now, with every choice you make today. Share your story to inspire and empower. Your journey, with all its struggles and victories, is powerful. Millionaires openly share their stories, not just their successes. They show the real path, including mistakes and lessons learned. This authenticity creates connection and trust. When you speak your truth, you inspire others to rise. Legacy is built through influence, and influence grows when you share generously. Give back consistently. Giving back is not a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. Millionaires prioritize regular, meaningful contribution. Whether it's time, money, skills, or resources, they find ways to serve. Giving creates a flow of energy that returns multiplied. It opens doors, expands networks, and deepens fulfillment. Make giving part of your wealth plan, no matter your current income. Think generationally. True millionaire mindset looks beyond today or even tomorrow. It plans for generations. How will your actions affect your family's future? What lessons will you pass on? What values will shape your lineage? This long-term vision creates discipline, patience, and wiser decisions. When you think generationally, you align with infinite abundance. Align daily habits with your legacy. Your daily habits are the building blocks of your future. Millionaires act daily in ways that honor their legacy. This means prioritizing learning and growth, practicing gratitude and mindfulness, maintaining health and vitality, making intentional financial decisions, staying focused on long-term goals. Consistency compounds over time, creating unstoppable momentum. Embrace abundance as your birthright. Finally, know this: abundance is your birthright. You were born to live fully, freely, and richly. The universe is endlessly abundant. When you live from this truth, you stop chasing and start allowing. You stop competing and start collaborating. You stop fearing lack and start celebrating overflow. This mindset opens doors that scarcity blinds you to. It's about creating value, mastering receiving, walking in confidence, managing resources wisely, and expanding your vision beyond self. When you embrace the legacy mindset, wealth becomes more than money. It becomes a force for good, a beacon of hope, and a path to fulfillment. So today, take this step boldly. I am not just building wealth, I am building a legacy. I am a steward of abundance for generations to come, because when you live this truth, money and meaning flow effortlessly into your life.